No surrender, no problem for Motherwell. Rangers surrender a 2-goal lead. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. And we've got to figure out, how did this horror show happen for Rangers? How did a 2-goal advantage turn into 2 points dropped? It doesn't make any sense. We're here with the match review. It finished Rangers 2, Motherwell 2. Pretty much a scoreline that nobody's seen coming, especially after the opening 25 minutes. Rangers took it to Motherwell from the get-go, pummeled Motherwell, absolutely battered them black and blue. Eventually, it was Alfredo Morelos, after forcing Liam Kelly into some very good saves. It was finally a glancing header from Morelos that beat Liam Kelly. You know, good glancing header. I mean, ball came in, Morelos was marked, he turns his body around, gets enough on the header to put it past the goalkeeper. It went great. It was great for Morelos. It goes in the back of the net, and you're thinking, well, you know what, that's Rangers, they have the breakthrough. Let's see where they go for here. And where did they go for here? They went for doubling the lead. Less than a minute later, fashions Zakala, ball drops to him in the box, and he just smashes it in with the volley. Not a lot Liam Kelly could do about it. Rangers, after huffing and puffing and not being able to blow Motherwell's house down, probably thanks to Liam Kelly, to be fair, rather than the Motherwell defence. But after all that, they finally go 2-0 up in the space of a minute, and it's looking all good in the hood. It's looking all fine and dandy for Rangers. They've just watched, well, I'm assuming they watched, but they've just seen their Glasgow rivals Celtic finish 0-0 at Easter Road in a lacklustre game. Celtic really couldn't create much. They couldn't break down Hibs. They couldn't cut open the defence. Dropping 2 points. Rangers got into this thinking, you know what, great chance for us to get the league back down to a 1-point gap. And it looked like it was heading that way. They go into half-time. You're thinking it's just a matter of how much Rangers win that by. But obviously Motherwell, they weren't reading from the same book, because their story had a different ending. Motherwell, into the second half, pulled one back with Roberts, the former Hearts man, wide open in the box. Cross comes in, and he's just like sitting in the 6-yard box, and he taps it in for about 2 yards out. Connor Goldson was just looking, watching as he puts it in. Alan McGregor just, again, watching as he puts it in. It was like slow motion. There's nothing you could do about it. You just seen the ball was going to Roberts, and as shite as Roberts is, he wasn't going to miss this. So Motherwell back in it. They pull one back, 2-1, you're thinking, no bother, Rangers will still see this out. Rangers will not throw away a 2-goal lead at IBROX with the chance of getting the league back down to 1 point. Surely not. Surely not. Well, step up Woolery, takes on Tavernier, takes on Golds, and it's 2-on-1. You're thinking, he ain't going to get past them. I mean, I don't know what, he sends Goldson completely the wrong way. Goldson just bottles it. Goldson decides he doesn't want none of this confrontation, so he just leaves the building. He leaves. It turns into a 1-on-1 between Woolery and Tavernier. He manages to get past Tavernier, skins Tavernier, but at this stage you're still thinking, you know what? I mean, this is a tight angle. McGregor's got this. You know, McGregor ain't going to let this go in. Woolery hits the shot, and you're thinking, oh no, he's put it near post. He had to go far post. For this to have any chance of going in, he has to go far post. He's put it near post. McGregor, big shagger, big 40-year-old, has got this covered with all his experience, or has he? Because the ball just rolls in between McGregor and the near post. It didn't look like there was any space for it, but there was. McGregor then, you know, his time and his reactions are shot. He's like a heavyweight fighter who, you know, he's still got like the talent, but he's just not got the reflexes. He can't hit his punches. That's what McGregor, I think, feels like. You know, he looks so slow here, and the ball just like goes past him, and the ball's already in the back of the net before McGregor even tries to make the save. So he sticks a leg out. I say tried to make the save. He fucking looked like an elephant with 4 left feet here. Didn't look good at all. He tries to stick a leg out and make the block, but the ball was already in the back of the net, so good luck with that one. It's 2-2, 14 minutes to go. You thought, you know what, there's a chance Rangers can still go on and win this, but they didn't, and it was actually Motherwell who probably had the best chance in the remaining 14 minutes. Ball get whipped into the box. Some jobber in a Motherwell shirt, a yellowy, shitey, whatever colour you want to call that shirt. We'll call it yellow for the purposes of this video, but I'm not big in my colours, so if it's not yellow, then you know what, don't be coming with your spears trying to, you know, shoot me down. But he got a touch on it, and this one landed right into McGregor's hands. So, you know, as shite as McGregor is, we've seen him against Ross County throwing away 2 goals. We've seen him today. We don't even know what he done for that second goal, but even McGregor could save this. It literally just landed in his hands. I mean, all you would need is to stick some super glue to the stomach of McGregor, and the ball would have hit him in the stomach and just stayed there. So, you know, he didn't have much to do. Motherwell then get the 2-2 draw. I guess it helps their push for Europe. It moves them back in to the top 6. They are now on 35 points. They overtake Livingston. But Rangers then blow it, absolutely blow it big time. Coming into this weekend, they must have looked at the fixtures and they must have thought they had a chance. Obviously, Celtic going to Easter Road. It is the tougher game out the two. And then being the early kick-off, they've seen that Celtic dropped the points. Celtic, you know, finishing 0-0. What a chance for Rangers to go 2-0 up, man. Must have been an absolute dreamland. But then they got woken up and that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. And the big bad Motherwell came and stole all 3 points away for Rangers. Well, I say they stole them. They stole 2 of the 3 points, but that's enough. You know, it's 2 more than Rangers could afford to lose. And now we go in to the last 10 games of the Cinch Premiership. We've got 5 more games left of the match day freeze, if you want to call it that, and then we've got 5 games of the split. So Rangers, like I said, 3 points behind, but they are 9 behind in the goal difference. Now that's not insurmountable. Rangers could, if they start pumping teams in, they could well claw that 9 goals back, but at the moment it doesn't look like Rangers are blowing teams away in the league. They can't even win games, especially away from home. They can't win games, never mind blow teams away. So I would be surprised. I would honestly be surprised if Rangers do improve their goal difference enough to overtake Celtic. I mean, it could happen, especially if Rangers have a really good result against Celtic. If they can beat Celtic like Celtic did Rangers, if they beat them like 3-0 or something like that, then obviously that takes 6 points out. So it can be done, but I don't think it will be done. So essentially with 10 games to go, you could be looking at Celtic having a 4-point gap if you count the goal difference, and it's going to be massive here for Rangers to overcome this. You're thinking that they probably need to win at least one of the old firms. Even if they can win one of the old firms and draw the other, I mean, that would essentially put them level, albeit still behind on goal difference. But I think if Celtic win the next old firm, then the league could be as well as over. It's not looking good for Rangers, guys. They had a great chance to get momentum back in their favour today. Great chance to close the gap. They haven't done it. And you feel like out of this weekend, Celtic will definitely be the happier team. They were against the tougher opposition. They were away from home. And they've left this weekend with the same amount of points difference between Rangers as they had going into it, with 1 less game to play in the Premier League. So you know what? They've got closer to winning the title and they've kept the points gap. So for Celtic, it's a good weekend. For Rangers, it's a terrible weekend. I mean, 2-0 up against Motherwell, to not hold on and get the 3 points there. Absolutely unbelievable from their perspective, guys. But that's going to do it for this video. Rangers drop 2 points at home, massive after Celtic basically handing them an easy opportunity to get right back into the title fight, and Rangers blow it. Comical defending from Goldson and Tavernier. I mean, Tavernier may offer a lot going forward, but he's a liability at the back. Connor Goldson's been shite all season, and I mean, there was talks of Gerrard wanting Connor Goldson at Aston Villa. Well, I tell you what, the way Aston Villa's going, maybe Goldson will end up there because they're going to be in the Championship. They're not going to be in the Premier League. And as for Rangers, will they be in the Champions League? They're going to need to start winning games. They're going to need to start closing the gap to Celtic. Don't get me wrong, they can still finish second and get in for the playoffs, or they could potentially win the Europa League and get in that way. I mean, there is options for Rangers. They don't have to put all their eggs in the one basket. They don't have to win the league, but they want title 56. And at the moment, title 56 is slipping away. It's slipping more than Stevie G against Chelsea. But anyway, guys, that's it. That's the match review. It's finished. Rangers 2, Motherwell 2. Till next time, catch you later. Peace.